At the summit of the Washington Monument, by William McKendree Carleton, from Arthur Selwyn's notebook. At the summit of the Washington Monument, look north, a white-clad city fills this valley to its sloping hills. Here gleams the modest house of white, the statesman's longed-for, dizzy height. Beyond, a pledge of love to one who in two lands was freedom's son, the holder of an endless debt, our nation's brother, Lafayette. But yonder lines of costly homes and bristling spires and swelling domes, and far away the spreading farms where thrift displays substantial charms, and hamlets creeping out of sight, and cities full of wealth and might, must own the fatherhood of him whose glory time can never dim. All who can reckon freedom's worth would write across this whole broad earth, with pen dipped in the golden sun, the magic name of Washington. If we can keep the rules he gave this land he more than fought to save, our future fame will glisten forth grand as the winter-lighted north. Look south, where, in its coat of gray, the broad Potomac creeps away, and seeks the blue of distant skies, but pauses where the great chief lies within his humble, hallowed tomb, amid Mount Vernon's deathless bloom. As glides this stream, great course, past thee, first to the bay, and then the sea, so flowed thy life to rural rest, ere thou wast heaven's eternal guest. O strong, high man, whose patriot heart climbed from all common greeds apart, to whom men's selfish ways were small, as from this tower, serenely tall, built that all years thy fame may know. Men look while creeping there below. How weak was power to thy clear gaze, builder of nations joined in one, kindler of splendors still to blaze, finder of glories just begun. Live on, great sleeper. As this stone, highest from earth that man has known, so shall be ranked thy solid worth, highest of heroes on the earth. Happy, secure, and cherished name, love is the pillar of thy fame. Thy praise comes from each patriot's mouth, warm as the sunbeams of the south. Look east. The nation's castle walls spread out in massive beauty now, their lofty dome and pictured halls in homage to this summit bow. Oh, well that from these Palak lands the marble spire obeisance win, but for the one for whom it stands, this chieftain town had never been. Yon plot, so full of brain and will, had stayed a bleak and lonely hill. If at 5,000 dizzy feet this shaft the whirling clouds could meet, until our gaze for miles, might be, to the uncrowned but royal sea, 'twere not too much of honor then, to grant our crownless king of men. You who the nation's laws indite, look to this summit's honest white, where, throned on walls that must endure, pure fame entreats you to be pure, until our glory be increased, like sunbeams from the dazzling east. Look west. There lie the hilly fields where brothers fought through days of dread, where mothers brooded o'er their dead, and soil the thrift of carnage yields, where cannon roared and bullets sung, till every hillock had a tongue. O nation being and to be, that silent blood speaks loud to thee. God grant, if e'er our guns again must tear the quivering flesh of men, the leaden hailstorm may be pressed against some foul invader's breast, against some alien tribe and zone, and not, as then, to kill our own. May all the fruitful strifes of peace the thrilling bonds of love increase. May yonder orb, in his quick change from mountain range to mountain range, from valley to rich valley or, from river shore to river shore, from wave to wave, may yonder sun one nation count, and only one, until he dips his fiery crest into the ocean of the west. Look up. The phantom clouds of gray, grim ghosts of storm, have passed away, the veiling of the sky is done, and downward shines the welcome sun. He kindles grand and peaceful fires upon the city's domes and spires. He sends his strong magnetic glow through yonder moving throngs below. Thou art, O sky serene and clear, a symbol of our country here. What land in all this world of pain, this earth, where millions toil in vain, where famine, pestilence, and strife play careless games with human life, where superstition clouds the soul, and heartless brains sad hearts control. What country, framed in frost or flowers, can see so clear a sky as ours? Peace throws her mantle, broad and free, o'er all who peaceable will be. Plenty her sheltering flag doth wave o'er those who will but toil and save. Enlightenment each day shall rise for all who do not cloud their eyes, while liberty from every race has made this land a refuge place. Let our deep thanks forever fly far as the reaches of the sky. From Farmer Harrington's notebook, November 5, 18. Went to Mount Vernon, and I wouldn't have lost that trip, for 1,500 times its cost. Those farmlands sleeping in the autumn sun, the house he slept in when his work was done. The trees he planted with his own brave hand, that set out freedom's trees all o'er the land. The humble tomb he lies in, which, like me, pilgrims from all the world have come to see. These look up in one's eyes and sadly smile, and preach a funeral sermon all the while. Even the river boats upon their way toll bells, as if he died that very day. And through it all this precept may be traced: the noblest men are simplest in their taste. I've read how grand Napoleon's tomb is made, and all the surface honors to him paid, but I don't think the people that come there bring any heartfelt sympathy to spare, while every true-brained patriot, night and morn, thanks God for letting Washington be born. While I was standing, hat off, at the tomb, a youth approached, 3/4 made a bloom, and with his hat perched on his close-sheared head, and smoking a small white cigar, he said, "Sire, would you kindly just enlighten me as to where Gog cut down the cherry tree?" Said I, "Young man, just please at once disgorge the fool idea of calling that man George. His body, mind, and soul were firmly set higher, no doubt, than you will ever get. He isn't the man, though lying dead, 'tis true, when friends are near, to be half named by you. Take off your hat and bow. If you rebel, I'll get a cherry switch and trounce you well." He looked at me a moment in surprise, and mutiny stood foremost in his eyes, but I was quite indignant, and could feel the blood of Bunker Hill all through me steal. I said, "1 minute more will be allowed." The fine young man took off his hat, and bowed. Irreverence is the fashion, nowadays, and shows itself in good and evil ways. Its mission is legitimate and clear in cases where there's nothing to revere, but they who use it must be judgment fixed, and not get reverend and unreverend mixed.